I am once again delighted to be part of this epoch-making event of the 2019 Modern Summit. This gathering presents us with a unique opportunity and platform to discuss a sensitive topic which is critical to the socio-economic development of our country and our state. Promoting gender balance and social values are two growth drivers to achieving sustainable development and improving the general well-being of the society. According to UAE Gender Balance Council 2017, equal access of both men and women to public and economic opportunities is part of a more equitable and sustainable economy and society. Indeed, achieving gender balance in the public sector is found to contribute to reduce inequality rates and considerably improve public confidence in government institutions. Greater empowerment of women in public leadership positions often leads to higher living standards plus positive development in health, education, and infrastructure, with potential long-term growth effects. In the private sector, greater gender balance is also found to increase the competitiveness of the labor market, boost productivity gains, and expand the talent pool from which employers can draw. Men and women have different capacities and priorities. Women tend to be more participatory, more collaborative, and less hierarchical than men. Women are builders, nurturers, caregivers, so they tend to take efficient delivery of public services more seriously and to be more responsive to their constituents. They are also peace builders and conflict resolution agents. No wonder Anambra State Government, under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency, Chief Dr. Willie Obiano, has continued to change the narrative of 35% affirmative action. This is clearly evident in the working team of the governor, made up of commissioners, special advisors, senior special assistants, and special assistants, being women who have shown and demonstrated capacity in their various fields of endeavor. A sure way to achieving gender balance is by empowering both men and women to take control over their lives, setting their agendas, gaining skills, building self-confidence, solving their socio-economic problems, and developing self-reliance. It is on this background that the ever-supportive wife of the working and alert governor, Dr. Mrs. Ebele Obiano, Osodieme Global, Mama Anambra, through her Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE, a non-governmental organization, has provided shelters and succor to indigent women. In special schools, CAFE have sank boreholes, built toilets in markets, rehabilitated and reconciled mentally challenged persons to their families, and have empowered over 4,610 women and youth in various skills towards self-reliance. Indeed, these strategic interventions have greatly reduced social vices and have helped in the resuscitating ideal capacities. This singular act of Her Excellency has earned her recognition both home and abroad, such as Award of Excellency by Worldwide Organization for Women in New York, United States of America, Welsh Ambassador, winner of 2017 Zik Prize in Humanitarian Leadership, recipient of Doctor of Letters from the prestigious Chukwuemeka Ojukwu University. Osodieme, through her actions, has significantly reduced the gender imbalance in our society and have greatly restored human dignity, self-value, and a step over extreme poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are gathered once again to deliberate on issues of developmental concerns, it is time to collectively work towards strengthening systems, structures, and institutions that support and recognizes gender balance as a way of promoting social values. Thank you all, and may God bless you all.
I almost missed this point. This morning, stuck to my paper, promoting gender balance and social values. The issue of promotion of gender balance wouldn't have been a problem if we had a balance ab initio established. But I want to do justice to this paper in so short a time to be able to tell you what gender is all about. Biologically speaking, gender refers to both masculine and feminine gender, simplicity. But when you put it sociologically, it is ascribed to role performances. But because we are particularly interested in balancing the issue of gender and its associated problems, I make bold to disaggregate what gender is all about. The need for this gender balance is precipitated on the discriminatory practices that have been based, entrenched since the world started. Though unconscious, but we have come to realize the dangers of this unconscious application on womanhood. I will therefore locate the gender discrimination within the family in order to forge a method of balancing. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, prohibits discrimination on grounds of sex, ethnic, religious, and political affiliations. This paper is focused on discrimination based on gender, sexuality. It is defined as any distinction, exclusion, or restriction made on the basis of sex, which has the effect or purpose of impairing or nullifying the recognition, enjoyment, or exercise by feminine gender, the women and the girls, irrespective of their marital status, on the basis of equality of men and women, of human rights. All fundamental rights are inalienable. Inalienable means that they cannot be taken away from you by anybody except by way of a derogation if there are infractions. Right to life is inalienable, but it can be taken away from you if you have committed an offense which the court of this country finds you that you are criminally responsible. We have right to dignity of persons, right to freedom from discrimination. I had to go to right of freedom from discrimination to be able to root properly what we are discussing this morning. Right to private lives. Right to property is only relevant to persons, to a person who has property. Right to privacy means nothing to a person who has no house and can be preyed upon by wild beasts. Right to life means little to a person who cannot afford the cost of medicine during sickness. While circumcision is for better performance, female genital mutilation is to curtail sexual enjoyment. This is a discriminatory practice that leaves nobody with good wishes in mind. Widowhood practices, we all know what the quantum of widowhood practices will expose somebody to. All the excruciating pains, the idea of not taking your bath for so long, not eating, forced shaving, and all manners of obnoxious treatment against the woman. That cannot be said to apply to men. We are also saying that we are not saying that men should be exposed to that, but that women should not be exposed to that. Rape of females. I am particularly bothered about rape in matrimony. Rape in matrimony in our jurisprudence under Section 10 of the Criminal Procedure Act does not exist because the Matrimonial Act does not regard it as a crime. But we are saying that it should be declared a crime rather than ordinary sexual offense. Because the whole essence of rape is that there is lack of consent. Therefore, if you seek consent from your wife and she says no, that should be respected. More often than not, this idea is not properly canvassed, and when properly canvassed, it does not have any judicial backing because our law does not make room for it. Therefore, certain questions are asked. Can a woman withdraw her consent even when initially given? Can the consent be waived even in the midst of the performance of the action? Can you now determine the primal urge as a bullet? One shot cannot be recalled, which is to say the least, to justify the act of rape. These are questions that we have tried to solve in a jurisprudential manner, and we have totally placed them before interpretation for our judges to consider. Now we get over to inheritance matters. We know that girls do not inherit from their fathers, and married women do not inherit from their husbands. Peculiar situation in Southeast. But I thank God that the Supreme Court has come up with a situation that has placed the right of inheritance to women and girls as long as there is a trace of consanguinity. This is a solution. And we thank the Nigerian courts, the judiciary, for being bold to make pronouncements on that. So many cases have held to that. Now I have tried to isolate some solutions. I want to say that in trying to arrive at a society free from discrimination, the following agencies must play principal roles. The executive, in trying to model out policies, in trying to make policies about our education, in all aspects of life, our executive must be gender balanced. Appointment of commissioners, appointment of key positions in government agencies, appointment of principal positions in the state, we are saying should observe the principles of balance. I know that Anambra State has been gender sensitized, and that can be seen in the number of women who are in appointed positions. We thank our governor who is already gender sensitive. Thank you very much for this short lecture. I hope I've been able to make sense. Thank you very much.
Thinking of the good of the people. She's coming on board to talk to the women of Anambra State. She's coming on board to talk to Umuwanya Nibo. She's coming on board to address this very gathering. She's coming on board to let us know into why we are here. I am at this very point in time, Your Excellency the Governor, inviting Her Excellency. Chief Mrs. Ebele Chukwu. Beauty and Freddy and Chaluko Neletaba Negalaba. Oh, Umuwanya Anambra. This is our mother. This is our own. This is our own.
I am delighted that we have gathered once more to deliberate on issues of common concern to us women in the context of today's world. We gather to appreciate womanhood and to celebrate our symbol of pride as women. Iconic women whose acts have bountifully added prime values to the lives of a great number of our people. I recognize every woman's value in our collective drive to promote the dignity of womanhood. Looking at the glowing faces of colorful, clad, distinguished mothers and daughters of our dear state, I reflect on our commitments to carve worthy niche for the Anambra average woman. And I feel proud as a woman and a daughter of this great state. Yes, I feel proud knowing the distance we have traveled in the last 5 years. Our journey continues nonetheless. For our target keeps advancing as time progresses. The 2019 Mothers Summit is yet another opportunity to showcase our achievements and chart a way forward. The theme of the summit, promoting gender balance and social values. I want to thank everyone here present for being here. But I will not conclude this speech without mentioning and recognizing that we have women of honor, women that should be honored. Not that all women will not be honored, but those that we're going to recognize today. The selected Anambra women of exceptional and excellent achievements in various endeavors. The list is not exhaustive, but we choose to start rather than, that. Many of you are worthy of award. Your decoration is surely imminent. I cannot end this address without touching on our efforts in improving the fortunes of our women, especially the indigent, the less privileged, through the platform of my NGO, Caring Family Enhancement Initiative, CAFE. We have trained and empowered over 4,600 women in various skills and empowered them to begin to fend for themselves and become independent and be able to sustain and empower their immediate families. Widows most especially, and youths. CAFE has given these people equipment and startup capital, to go and sort their lives out. We have built so far and donated 26 houses to beneficiaries of rural communities. Those are indigent, very vulnerable, very, very low in the communities. We build them homes so that they'll have roofs over their heads whilst they think and begin to run around on how to sustain and keep their families. We have also given prosthetic limbs to so many, both in the Anambra and non-Anambrans. We have given them prosthetic limbs, numbering about 1,600 persons. We have also treated children and adults with congenital deformities like cleft palate and lips. We have done that for over 100 persons. We have at the same time to maintain to move up our hygienic standards by building restrooms in rural markets. And we have done so in 15 rural markets. As we speak, we still have some in the making. We have also dug 41 boreholes in various communities so that women and all members of our 188 communities will have water very close to their places of abode. We are doing this because we want to add value to their lives as well. We are also managing the mentally challenged. We have a home for them in Nteje, a 77 facility for the mentally challenged. To the glory of God, we've been able to take care of over 68 of them, among whom is a woman that was considered dead by her family because she left her home more than 35 years ago. She was one of the pioneer members of the mental home. She was reunited with her children and her area and her family and the society. We trained her, we empowered her to become a fashion designer so that she will not go out there and become a liability to the people she left for over 3 decades, but to begin to add value to her own life as well as those she left behind those many years. And we are still doing more, and we will continue to do more. We are doing this because we have a governor that has the human face, a governor that cares about the people he's leading. He is not a ruler, with due respect to our traditional rulers. Your office comes with that name. But for the politicians, you should be a leader and not a ruler. You should be a team player, and that's what our governor is doing. So when I look at it, I believe that being a hardworking woman that has been supporting him from inception, since the 31 years we've been in wedlock, that I should come here and also begin to support him in touching the lives of our people and alleviating the sufferings of our people. That is why we're doing what we're doing. Our able governor, we thank you. And our women right here are saying, keep the flag flying, governor. We will continue to support you. We will continue to do the needful so that your name will be written in the sands of our time. I thank you all so much for honoring this invitation. I am highly elated to have men of timber and calibers come here to honor my invitation. I am so humbled, and I pray that as you all go back, that our God will take you all back safely to your various destinations. And for those of you that didn't look at me as this small girl wanting to award us, to give us an award, I appreciate the fact that most of you, I was looking up to, when I came here, I was looking up to all of you for what you've been able to do for our state and our country, for being my mentors. You have been my mentors. I look up to you. Can I talk about Josephine Anini? Can I talk about my wonderful sister that has gone to meet our Lord? The DG, the former DG of NDLEA, my sister Dora Akonyele. Can I talk about my mommy, Senator Joy Emodi? Who will I talk about? Who will I mention and not mention the other? Please, I love you all and I appreciate you all equally. I am happy that our Chief Judge did not think, oh, this small girl wants to honor me. I want to honor her because we have never, this is the very first time in the history of Anambra State that we have a lady Chief Judge, Chief Justice of Anambra State. Can you take a bow, my honorable lady, my learned friend, even though I'm not a lawyer. Thank you very much. Thank you all so much. May God bless us all. May God bless Anambra State. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I am delighted to welcome you all to this important occasion. I am always overjoyed whenever we gather to celebrate our mothers. My one reason for that is because in celebrating our mothers, we celebrate the rebirth of the society. My other reason is that when we celebrate our mothers, we give the future generation a chance at greatness. I say this because I believe that mothers are the repository of the values of the people and the moral conscience of the society. There is no act of gratitude to our mothers that can be considered too much to them. And that is why I was happy when my beloved wife informed me that some of our illustrious mothers and women of distinction shall be honored here today. Anambra Zulu Kene. Indeed, we must give God the glory for providing us this wisdom with which we have brought Anambra State to the threshold of greatness. The peace and harmony that we enjoy in our dear state, which have made this event possible, should not be taken for granted. Some years ago, it would have been impossible to think of hosting an event of this magnitude in Oka. The security challenges of that period would not have allowed that. But today, Anambra is safe enough to host any event under the sun. And that is why I would like to welcome all our sisters and loved ones from Anambra who return from different parts of the world to be at this experience and to touch base with the families during this visit. In the Anambra, as you drive around our cities, towns and villages during this visit, you notice that most of our major ways and streets are well lit at night. You'll also notice that our road maintenance teams busy fixing potholes and broken roads in some places. And at night, you may notice that some shops operate for 24 hours and the nightlife has fully come back to our cities. These were some of the things I had in mind when I announced at the inception of my administration that our mission is to create a socially stable, business-friendly environment where individuals and non-individuals alike will have an opportunity for wealth creation. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years down the road, I am proud to say that we have walked on top. Anambra is Nigeria's most peaceful land, business-friendly environment, and we have attracted a considerable volume of investments over the past 5 years. We have invested heavily in education. As a result, a group of 5 schoolgirls from Anambra State shocked the world in August last year when they defeated the United States of America, China, Spain, Turkey, Uzbekistan to win the gold medal at the World Technovation Challenge held at the Silicon Valley in the United States. Following the footsteps of our golden girls, 4 boys from St. John's Science and Technical College, Allo, also won the bronze medal in the World Festival of Engineering Science and Technology in Tunisia in March of this year. All these give us hope to believe that no matter how dark our present might be, our future is far brighter. As most of us already know, agriculture is #1 pillar of my blueprint. By the way, the Central Bank of Nigeria is giving us 3.5 billion that we are going to loan to farmers. 60% of those farmers will be women. 60% of that money will go to women. Very important. Today, we have changed the story. When we came into office in 2014, rice production in Anambra State was about 80 metric tons. We have taken it to 345,280 metric tons as of today. Our projection is that it will hit 570,665 metric tons when we hand over in 2021. Similarly, cassava production stood at 275,832 metric tons in 2015. Now it stands at 1,881,589 metric tons. Maize was 5,300 metric tons, but today it is 43,521 metric tons. Meanwhile, we have taken vegetables production from 432 metric tons in 2015 to 142,500 metric tons as of today. We have also, and as you're aware, our vegetables are being eaten too in Europe and in the United States of America. We have also taken yam production from 36,000 metric tons to 43,350 metric tons. As you can see, our agro-revolution is on. Happily, it is not only agriculture that is changing, we are also paying close attention to women and gender issues. We have given women more responsibilities, pushing our mothers into positions of trust. I have 6 women serving in my cabinet as commissioners and 4 special advisors as women. In all, we have 9 women participating in the highest decision-making organ of Anambra State. I think we deserve a round of applause here. The acting Chief Judge of Anambra State is also a woman. This is the first time it is happening in the history of Anambra State. So women are making history, you are making waves all over. That we won 21/21, it was because of the women, our women. Our women are the foot soldiers, our women are like the eagles. They are very sharp. The theme of this 2019 is promoting gender balance and social values. I hereby declare the 2019 Mother Summit open.
March past! March past! March past, please! Thank you, Excellency, our own dear mother, for this very wonderful speech. People march past! Remember, Commander, you're going to march. Hallelujah.
That is Ifeoma Okonkwo, the chairperson, Unukopia local government, leading Unukopia. That's the high position for excellency, who in turn is acknowledging this high position from our vantage position. Unukopia on our primary school. Primary school. Oh yes, sir. Excellency, Anocha local government. Next is Chikoka local government. That is Vivian C. Ozo, the wife of the chairman. Of government. That's Commissioner of Police, we're police. Oh yes, so Chikoka local government. That is Mrs. Nkiru. The wife of the chairman Anambra East, leading Anambra East local government. And here comes Akwata local government. Led by Ms. Next is Anambra West local government. Led by Lady Joy Okafor. Anambra West. Next, Idemili South local government. Led by Lady Mrs. Ifeoma Asha Namife, the chairman of all the chairmen, Anambra State. And here, unmistakably, comes Newi North local government, because I have seen Princess Mrs. Orizu, the wife of the former deputy speaker and transition chairman, Idemili North local government. Newi North local government. Next is Newi South. Newi South local government. chairperson, Ihiala local government. Mrs. Oluchi Ikwetu, gift, is leading Oruba North. And here comes the wonderful Onisha North local government. What a wonderful outfit. They are led by Lady Jizobamba, the wife of the Honorable Chairman of Nation North Local Government. Oh yes, no wonder handkerchief which is called to on it attack. I can find Ambassador Sally. Ambassador Sally is identifying with our group. Next is the Onisha South, the sister local government. Ambassador Sally Manevo Stainless. Ever growing up. This is Onisha South coming up.
It's a pleasure for me to stand to announce the results as presented to me by the panel of judges. We have two categories here. First is on the match pass, and the second is the best dressed. So we have two cups. The first cup goes to the local government that performed so well in the match pass, while the second cup goes to the local government that is well dressed. So for the match pass, which is the primary reason why they all came out, the local government that came first is Anambra local government. The wife of the chairman, Anambra local government. Anambra local government pulled 44 points to beat the other local government. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, my dear. Okay, so on this note, we now present you this award as the first in the match pass. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Anambra has conquered. That's why I'm happy. Congratulations and jubilation. Anambra has
And the next trophy goes to the best dressed local government. And the local government that came first in this category is Onitsha North local government. The TC chairman's wife is Onitsha North local government.
Iyama
Recognition of your winning the best race of the match pass. For that, congratulations. Thank you, Thank you very much. We will not conclude this program without giving out to our various communities what they require for their agriculture. Various communities in Anambra State have various farm produce they make. In this community, they are into palm oil production. They have a lot of palm fruits from which they make palm oil. And because we don't want them to go out there and begin to pay for the extraction of oil, we give them whatever equipment they need for that purpose. So we're here today to give all the communities whatever they require for their, agricultural produce. Here we're starting with the Navy South. We're giving them the oil extraction equipment for them to use for their, oil production. So the wife of the chairman of Navy South, this is for your women, and you must ensure that they use it to their own advantage. Get somebody to take care of it. If there is anything that is not right in it, make sure that the Commissioner for Women Affairs gets to know that. We need to get these women up and doing and begin to help themselves and help our daddies. Save them from high BP and all that, thinking of how to feed the family and do the rest, particularly pay school fees. So go out there and do well, okay? Thank you all so much. We are here again to present a Gary processing machine to the Orumba North local government, because that's they do that predominantly among other farm produce, but this is what they do majorly. So we're giving them, and this is the equipment they lack. So whatever they require to improve on the agricultural produce, we make sure that we provide those for them. Hence, we're giving you all this. Make sure that the women use this to their own advantage so that they can begin to do their thing, fend for themselves. Make sure somebody is in charge of it. If you have any issues with it, let the Commissioner for Women Affairs know. We want all hands on deck to promote our state as well as the country. Let us be self-sufficient in food, at least, before we begin to think about anything else. So congratulations. Please put this into good use. Okay. Thank you.
I said that